cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bulldogs offense will have the opening possession of the game. They sure hope that that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
Fires to the wide out. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's...
There he goes! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Toss to the outside. Running into the open space. Oh, there's an alley to the left. Touchdown, Mississippi State. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Talking to the coaching staff coming into this game, they said explosive plays are going to be big for us. When we get our opportunities, we got to be able to hit on them, and you saw one right there that time, doing it on the ground on the opening drive of the game. That just shows you this offense, they are locked in and in tune and on the same page early.
So the BYU Cougars offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the back from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. Leaves it with the back. Powers through the defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Makes the catch. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Looking to throw, it's Blunt. Setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. Looks as if BYU will have a first down.
Third down, the focus of the defense has to shift have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets down with the slide.
And nowadays, you're not always going to get these quarterbacks on the ground because they're so athletic. But nice job getting the sack, let them out of the pocket there, but now forcing the 4th down, and it's decision time for this offense.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Throws to the wideout. Finds his man. It's York. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Back to throw. It's Blunt. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man. Turning it on. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all of the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Catch and stride inside the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. The Cougars are on the move. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Into the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on. The defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They go to the ground. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking to throw for it. Makes the grab. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Bulldogs want to move quickly.
Anytime the ball goes in the air towards him, I feel like it's his. Like, there are no 50-50 balls. He just makes plays, game after game, play after play, and you see him featured in this offense for a reason. He's one of the best in the country, not just at the wide receiver position, period. This guy's in the Heisman Trophy conversation as a receiver.
And the defense picks up a sack. The quarterback down at the 44.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
He can't haul it in. Incomplete. He had him on the crossing route, and he dropped it. On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets it out quickly. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Back to pass. It's Blunt. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Motion from the wideout. Caught in the backfield. It's Wall. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice exit.
Oh, he's got some space. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And the Bulldogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right, across the 25. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Mississippi State right back to the line. To the air on second down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, we don't get a ton of top 5 matchups, so let's check out how today's Rumble played out. Kansas State went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Cats in a statement win if there ever was one. This could well be the biggest game we see all regular season, and this outcome promises to be a real talking point.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass, it's Blunt. Fires to the middle. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Rush is on him. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Plucks it out of the air.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the...
Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Bringing it back. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mississippi State. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it in.
There he goes. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. And the Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the air, it's Blunt. Finds his man in the middle. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Bringing the heat. He is brought down and sacked. That is not the offense's ideal way to finish up the half, but we'll head to the locker room. And now on, it's not fourth down, it's third down, and the field goal unit's out there. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside LaVell Edwards Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap.
It's a running room. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Back to throw, it's Blunt. He's got it. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Complete downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Base 27, John. Base 27, John.
Wants to go up top. Floats it out in space. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He is stopped inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and an interesting call here on 4th down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. It's good. Easy call for the refs. That cuts the lead down to 28-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect them.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Well, if you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving yards.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Mississippi State going up tempo.
And he's been the go-to guy all year long. Like, he's in the top 5 in all of college football in receiving yards for a reason. They're going to find him because he's always open, making plays. This dude has been unbelievable. He's being mentioned in the Heisman conversation. That is really hard to do as a wide receiver. So that shows you what kind of special year this young man's having.
Now from inside the red zone. Flips it out on the screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. He's got it on the move. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Mississippi State lines up with a 1st and goal. Might be calling a hot route. The snap sets up to throw. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
It's tough to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. These windows, they open and they close so quickly. You've got to have great timing, and right now this offense doesn't have it. They've thrown 2 straight incompletions.
Touchdown, Mississippi State! And the route is on.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, this poor quarterback, he's got no time. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to find different ways to do it. Sometimes it's not working with 4 wide receivers. Maybe you bring in a couple tight ends. Go max protection, more guys blocking, less guys in routes, but you got to find something to have success.
Snags it over the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Blunt. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Finds a seam. Touchdown, Cougar! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Caught. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on that.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Good jet sweep pass. Breaks into the open. Running through contact. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Bulldogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
So you're saying there's a chance, Reese. I know it's not a big chance, but you got the ball back now. Maybe your offense can get hot. You can create some turnovers, maybe get an onside kick. Who knows? I'm saying it's a chance.
Got the tight end outside. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. It's Blunt. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Cougars line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality?
Turning it on! How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play, because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Man, you got to like these last 2 plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this football game. Nice job pushing the ball down the field, making explosive plays. They're going to need more of it, and they're going to need it fast.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Calls it in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Screen pass just not working there, and you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Touchdown, Cougars. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Wide open downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk of play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
Wants to throw on first down. He's got an open man. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Could this guy be the next receiver to bring home a Heisman Trophy? He's got everything you look for in a game changer at the receiver position. He's off to...
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. And he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Touchdown, Bulldog! And they take it in for 6 more points. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. It hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park, but they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
BYU has in fact the Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Looking to pass. It's Blunt. Unloads it left. It's caught. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. BYU with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Second down, he'll throw it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man quickly. At the 45, on his way. A lot of room to the right. Touchdown, BYU! He got a step and just dusted the field.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Soft spot in the middle. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And I tell you what, all this spread offense, man, it's really accentuated receivers in so many different shapes and sizes. But this guy, they're going to find him. They're going to find him early. They're going to find him often. He's made so many plays throughout the season and really been the feature of this offense. And this dude has worked his way. He might get a trip to New York as a wide receiver. That is not normal, and neither is this dude.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down.
Touchdown Bulldogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That score pushes this out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. UNLV was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Vegas. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to throw, it's Blunt. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
and I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Great place to start for this offense. They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And here comes the offense on second down.